Alrighty then, hello everybody, it is your host Milo and you are listening to episode number 8 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Yes, welcome one and all, welcome everybody, and if you don't have a body, you are also welcome as well. I'm welcoming metaphysical beings and people that have no physicality as well. All are welcome to listen to the show. Thank you for joining me today for episode number 8 of the Milo Podcast. Alright, so we're not clowning around this episode, people. We're just going to get straight into it. We're going to rip it right down and peel it all the way back. You know what I mean? Because I, for one, am tired of all the koalas. At least 1,500 koalas, 1,000 emus, and maybe 2 or 3 kangaroos just bouncing around, always hopping, always pleading, always on their knees, begging for money, begging for whatever the fuck that they can get. They will fleece you, bro. Fleece you like a lamb. Fleece you like a sheep, like a golden fleece. They'll fleece you of your gold, man. And they're covered in fleas too. It's a whole fleet of fleas that they're trying to fleece right now, and they're breaking the lease too. Someone needs to call the police because I'm down on my knees for this leak. You know what I mean? And I'm tired of artichokes. I'm tired of, vegetables in general. Carrots, asparagus, broccoli. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of it. They're always mixing it up, chopping it up, boiling it down, putting it in a stew, breaking it down into its different compartments and chemicals and recreating molecules to create some kind of new formula or new, like synthetic vegetable that people are happy to eat because we're not causing any distress to the plant life, the flora, you know what I mean? Like if you got a pot and you filled it up with corn and then you like splash a little bit of water in there, Tabasco sauce, like a couple cloves of garlic, bring it to a boil, leave it to simmer for at least 36, 48, 172 hours, something like that. Once it's reduced, add more water. You got to take it off the heat, roll it down the stairs and let it splash all over the ground. When someone comes along and slips on it, that's when they will fall between the cracks. They will fall through the systems that we've got to prevent exactly this situation, you know what I mean? So the only way out is to circumvent the norms of society, the societal norms, man. You got to get them circumvented, circulating and circumcised. Because quite frankly, it doesn't look any good with the hood, man. It's no good in the hood with a hood, if you know what I'm saying. You got to keep that bitch clean. Got to keep it aerated and R-rated too, because everybody wants to see that helmet. Everybody wants to see that snake. Nobody knows what it will take, but I'm gonna show you how to break new records. Oh yeah, new records. Oh yeah, we're all about breaking new records, reaching new heights, going to new lengths. We're going to blast off into the stars, into the future, land on Mars, and you know what I mean? It's all about progress. It's all about going, not stopping. Why would we stop, man? We need to keep the system. We need to keep the machines printing. We need to keep making this money. If we don't turn over a profit this season, then you know that we're going to have to lay off at least 50% of our staff and probably go into some kind of administration or something like voluntary administration or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to liquidate the entire business. I've got clients that need. I've got clients that demand things of me. They're not going to find another supplier, man. We're the biggest and best, most efficient supplier in the in the region. And if we go under, think about what that's going to mean to not just our jobs, but the entire industry and the ripple effect that it's going to create. Like this, people don't think about the economical sort of consequences of liquidating the most successful business this side of Paris. You know what I mean? We call this city the Paris of Lebanon. You know, the Paris of we could call this place the Paris of the Middle East, the Paris of the Middle East. You know what I mean? Because we putting baguettes into bazookas and launching them over at our neighbors, bruh. We got no chill. The only chill I got is chili. I'm talking jalapeno, habanero, Carolina Reaper, baby. Gotta grind that shit down, get the seeds out, mix it up into a paste. Boil it down, put it into a bottle and serve it to your friends. Tell them that it's ketchup. Tell them that it's tomato soup. Tell them that it's anything except pepper sauce because they can't take the heat. They can't handle the heat. That's why they're staying out in winter. That's why they're staying inside of the fridge. That's why they climb into the freezer every chance they get. They got cold hearts, cold bones, and no circulation in their bloodstream. Nothing but ice in their veins. Cool as a cucumber. You know what I'm saying? If you see this guy, you're going to say, oh, That dude is one cool motherfucker. You want to be like him. You want to be him. And as a matter of fact, it's not good enough to be like him. You want to be him. You want to assume this guy's role, or at least like make your life more like his. He's now your new role model because you can't get cooler than cool. And that's way cool. I mean, the only thing cooler than cool is like Ice Cold, right? What's that from? We're cool. Ice Cold. Oh yeah, that's the Andre 3000 song, right? Yeah, big boy Andre 3000. Hey, with all the Andre 3000s playing different members of the band, and then the girls in the crowd going crazy, fainting, just like it was the Beatles show or whatever, or like trying to do some Elvis type shit where you pelvic thrust at the audience, and certain girls are like fainting with their palms, like this palms on the back of their hand is against their forehead and their palm is facing you as they sort of wave their nails around. Mouth open, mouth agape, falling to the floor in droves. Could be, who else did that? What other artists had that effect on people? Probably Pablo Picasso stepping out with his new painting, just the bitches be getting wet and wetter and wettest, you know what I mean? Be looking like a motherfucking drive-through wet t-shirt contest at one of the drive-through car cleaning facilities where they just in bikinis and tight fucking wet shirts, and you get splashed with water and stuff, and they're all like and they're like sort of touching each other a little bit sexually, and like you get a little turned on, but you can't do anything. You're sort of just stuck in your car, and they're, you know, got the sponges and they're moving their big baggy titties over the windshield as they're trying to scratch the well, not scratch the windshield. You don't want them to scratch the windshield, but you want them to peel that bird shit off, you know what I mean? It's been stuck there for months because you're too lazy to get out and clean it off yourself. You've just been sitting in your car for months on end. You got nowhere to go, no job, nothing to do, nothing to pass the time, just sitting there playing with yourself every fucking day, right? Yeah. I'm watching you. I've been watching you. I know what you're up to. I know what you motherfuckers are up to. I see it on TikTok. I see it on Twitter. I see it on the gram. I see it on Snapchat. You think that shit disappears, but it doesn't. You can always screenshot it. You can always screen record, and people got no idea, man. No idea. All that evidence, just mountains of evidence archived in the backlog. You know what I'm saying? It's stored away in the cybersecurity data center that I'm gonna hack into, and I'm gonna bust out all your secrets. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show the world your nudes. I'm gonna show the world what it's like to be you, to be naked and disgusting with your pimply, lumpy little body with moles and hair all over it. Ugh, it disgusts me. Have you ever thought about getting cosmetic surgery? You probably do really, really well. I mean, really well for you. Getting rid of all that excess fat, sucking it out, the liposuction, you know, like, I'm not talking about just fucking going in the back corner of an alley or whatever and ripping out the vacuum cleaner. No, I'm not talking about no Dyson job, man. You got to get it done professionally, dude. You got to get it fucking done professionally, man. Come on, dude. You can't just do the fucking, like, the shitty little back alley way, or, you know, go to Thailand, go to fucking whatever. You got to go to some super professional, high class, nothing but egg, salad, sandwich, salmon, and cucumber. You know what I mean? Cutting up the asparagus, slicing up the different steaks, like the beef, the sirloin, the eye fillet, keeping it nice and rare, making sure that there's not enough blood spilling out all over the fucking place. Let it rest a little bit after you've seared it, you know what I mean? Get a nice sear. You don't need to cook all the way through. No one wants to eat a fucking well done steak, right? A little bit of blood goes a long way. And once you're done with it, just slap it on on like a tray, or, you know, lay it on a piece of fucking paper or whatever, and just let it drain for a few minutes before you serve it up. That way you're not getting blood all over the plate. You're not getting blood all over your hands and fists from beating people half to death in the UFC ring or in the octagon or whatever the fuck. Flying from the turnbuckle, hitting people with pile drivers and hitting them with the chair, or throwing them off the ropes and onto the commentary desk or whatever, you know? I mean, a lot of those rules are like, I think a lot of those rules are probably out now anyway. Like, you don't really get to do that stuff to your teachers anymore. You can't really do it to the students either. There's like this mutual agreement where we're not going to allow like inter-student teacher violence anymore. Even on parent-teacher night, like that's when the smackdowns really used to happen. You'd like staunch kid would walk in with their angry dad and just start slapping the shit out of the teacher. You remember when that happened? But I mean, it's just different time period, man. Different time, different day, different year, different era. We're not boomers anymore. Now we're Gen X. And we're not Gen X anymore. Now we're millennials. And the millennials turn into Gen Zs or Zoomers or whatever the fuck you're going to call them. And now, I even know what the fuck you call them now. Like super Zoomers? Zoomies? I don't know. All I do know is that you cannot stop progress, man. People are just going to keep getting born, and like the newer people are going to get born from those people, and then the people who have already been born are going to die. And it's just an endless cycle of life and death, birth, die, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just so tiring. Aren't people just tired of this shit? Like, how much longer can we do this for? Aren't you tired of seeing the same shit every day? Oh, brand new baby, great. Oh, brand new funeral, oh, great. You know, it's just endless bullshit. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. Nothing ever changes. All that changes is the window dressing, like the decorations, the ornaments. It's like getting a fresh set of fucking Christmas baubles or a new angel to put onto the tree at the end of the year. You know, it's still the same ritual. It's the same old fucking shit. But, you know, I suppose as long as there's enough flashing lights and they keep changing colors, we'll just keep on being happy with it and looking and pursuing more of it. Yeah, give me the flashing colors. Give me the light. Show me the money. Show me the light. You know what I mean? All I can say is that the more fruit and vegetable that we intake, the more juice that we can create, you know what I mean? Or outtake or whatever. If you get a high pass filter, you throw it down onto the frequencies that lets none of the spectrum through at all, and then it clears up the mix. It allows you to accentuate the transients. If you throw in a compressor or an exciter, something like this, change the oscillator and reverberate the rectifier. That's how you burn in a new system without breaking its cables and without breaking its mechanics. You know what I mean? You got to start soft, hit it hard, redline it, bring it back down, and just let it chill out. And then next time you use it, it's going to be burnt in. It's going to feel like just nothing but pure comfort. Pure comfort. Like when you get home from work, the first hit of a cigarette, the first sip of a beer, sitting your ass down on the patio, watching the world go by, watching the ugly kids go home from school, and the late workers or whatever, like they're just trying to make it home, but they're fighting for survival. We see the red bloodshot eyes. Or if you ever go on the train after work, you see people falling asleep because they've spent all their energy on working. Everybody wants it, man. It's just a matter of, you know, you can't give it up too easily, because if you do, then you start to devalue yourself. Then you start to devalue the commodity that is you. And if you withhold it, then suddenly the price goes skyrocketing. You know what I mean? Sort of like that, what they call it, the stock market, when you had to hold the, together gorillas are strong or whatever, the apes holding onto the gamer coin, the GameStop fucking whatever the thing, you know what I mean? Something like that. Something like the Gamergate, when they busted out everyone, suddenly the floodgates were opened on video game journalism, and we saw so much sexism and so much paid for reviews, and there was so many typos and editorialized magazines just coming through full of lies and slander, trying to sell you stuff that you don't want, or trying to make you buy things that you need, right? Trying to make you buy things that you need, but you don't have the money to get it because you're not working hard enough. And like, this society just tries to keep you down. Wages are stagnating, inflation is increasing, and you just can't get a leg up on the pile. You just can't start your refinancing. You don't have enough escrow. You don't have enough overheads, right? Capital. It's all about acquiring capital. Make sure you get enough capital. Make sure you get enough lowercase. Then you take the whole alphabet, throw it out, because it's absolutely fucking useless. All you need is numerals, numbers. All you need is numero uno, baby. All you need is numero uno, baby. You know what I'm saying? All you need is numerology, because that is the true secrets of the universe right there. Mathematics, you know what I'm saying? 1 + 1 equals. Come on. You got it, right? But then you got the quadratic formula. You got the Pythagoras theorem. You've got all types of like equilateral triangles and isosceles fucking whatevers, man. It gets real complicated real quick, and you got to be a super genius too, or it's going to fall behind, man. Not everyone can be a mathematician. Albert Einstein, yeah. You think that he was just some common dude that just walked off the street and was like, oh, 2 + 2 is 4, yeah, ha, ha, ha. And everyone was like, oh, wow. No, he had to work hard for it, man. Nothing in his life is easy. Nothing in his life is just going to be given to you on a silver platter, right? You got to work real hard, and you got to work real soft. Just depends on what you're doing. Sometimes you got to work coarse. Sometimes you got to work rough. Sometimes you got to work smooth. Or if you want to be silky smooth, then you need to use Pantene, a little bit of Head and Shoulders, get rid of that dandruff out of your hair. Or if you're bald like me, I got no hair in my head, then you just use a razor blade all the time, right? Yeah. And people think it's easy to maintain, but let me tell you something, it's not. How many people do you know that need to get a haircut every single week, maybe twice a week, right? No one. And that shit's time consuming, man. You got to spend a lot of money on razors. You got to spend a lot of time in the shower, shaving your head, cutting your head open, and putting swabs of tissue on top of your bleeding skull, right? Yeah. As far as I can see, the 12 pancakes is not enough. You need at least 13. You're going to have 2 sticks of butter and a pound of sugar. You're going to mix all that shit together, right? Because if you're trying to feed an entire family, then you're going to need at least 20 kilos of meat, 20 kilos of flour, 20 kilos of fucking salt, And it's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of people try to do this, but they just fail in the process. They fail because they are born failures. They never did anything good in their lives in the first place. So what made them think that they could rise to the occasion this time? God only knows. Am I right, people? Sometimes it's better not to try because you probably can't do anything to change your life anyway. I've heard that story about the reasonable man will bend to his environment, but the unreasonable man will make the environment bend around him, right? The unreasonable man is the one that changes society. But everyone wants to be so reasonable these days. Oh, TV said to be reasonable. I saw on Twitter that I should be reasonable. Oh, I should just listen to whatever the fuck I'm told because I'm so reasonable. People don't want you to be unreasonable anymore because if you're unreasonable, then you're hard to control, baby. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't reason with terrorists. I don't reason with criminals. I don't reason with my friends either. I don't reason with anyone. I don't deal with reasons, man. I'm completely unreasonable. If you ask me what my motivations are, I will tell you a bunch of nonsense. They're completely and totally illogical. They have no backing. There is no evidence for what I'm trying to achieve, and I'm just out there trying to do it because I'm the craziest, I'm an artist that's on the fringes. I'm on the frontier. I'm trying to develop this new sort of ways of life and ways of thinking that people haven't discovered yet, but I'm the one that's got to do it because I'm the unreasonable person, and everyone else is just like la 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 la, joining the choir, joining the church, trying to preach to people in public, standing on their soapbox, handing out flyers, giving out Bibles or whatever the fuck, looking like some kind of ancient monk with the friar tuck haircut, dressed in the robe. You got no money, you got no people skills, you're walking around like you've taken an oath of silence. You can't look people in the eye. What is even the point of you existing, right? Go back to your monastery, go and tug off your fucking monk mates in a circle, and in the inner circle is where you belong. That's where you should stay. Don't come back out into society. Just stay in the dark, get all pasty, pale and white and die there, alright? In Sydney they got these Buddhist monks that go around, they walking around, they try to take money from tourists. That's what they try to do. I don't think they're really Buddhist monks, but that's the way they dressed, and they're like Hare Krishna type people or whatever. They're usually brown people, and they got crazy ass dirty clothes all over them. They got shitty clothes, and they try to sell books. What they do is they walk up to you, they put the book in your hand, oh brother, read this. This is the way to enlightenment. And you're what? And they're like, now $50. Yeah, pay up. And if you don't pay up, they shank you. Pretty sure that's what Buddha taught anyway, or maybe the Hare Krishna taught, or maybe that's what Vishnu or Ganesh or Kali. I don't know who those guys are, but I know that they're gods of some type of minority population around the earth, or actually probably majority population. I take that back because as far as I know, people that practice Buddhism, maybe China and India, they're into Hinduism, and both China and India both outpopulate white people, right? Pretty sure. So now I've become the minority. How bad's that? I've been racist my whole life, and now I've got to be racist against myself because I'm the minority, right? All this time I've been beaten down on people that don't look like me when I should have been beaten down on the people that do look like me because we are the minority, right? But really it just comes down to a melody, man, an unchained melody. The harmony's trying to keep up, but there's no harmonic sort of equation or harmonic sort of synergy in this movement, in this mode, you've started in the wrong key, you've got the wrong pitch, and the melody is going crazy. We're doing free jazz here, and not even Coltrane, not even Louis Armstrong, not even Ella Fitzgerald, not even Miles Davis can keep up with this shit, you know what I'm saying? All those jazz musicians, I would like to put them in an arena against all the classical musicians. So it's like Wolfgang von Mozart, or what's their names, man? Wolfgang Mozart. No, it's something Mozart. Wolfgang von. Oh man, it starts with A, doesn't it? What's that classical guy's name? Well, there's Mozart. There's Wolfgang Amadeus. I don't know, man. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Is that Mozart? And then there's like Bach. And then there's like, I don't know, there's all kinds of fucking, yeah, imagine them. So like, it's going to be classical versus jazz. So you're going to have like flutes and clarinets and brass and like a drum kit and maybe a guitar and perhaps a keyboard versus like the harpsichord and like a symphony orchestra and all these other instruments just coming together in the arena with lions surrounding them and fire. And that'd make it a lot more exciting, just watching people get burnt and die because of the power of the major scale or whatever. Like someone comes through with a mad riff and suddenly the jazz man's like, whoa, and gets blown off into the distance, and then the lion grabs him, eats him up. Or surrounded by bears, or maybe any type of wild. Imagine if they were put into like an aquarium and surrounded by bloodthirsty piranhas or sharks or something like that, tearing them limb from limb, and they didn't even get the chance to fight each other musically because they're too busy trying to. Maybe they team up together and they're trying to fight off the vicious predators, but they're pretty hard underwater. You know, fun fact about the Moonlight Sonata. Did you know it was written at noon? Did you know it was written at lunchtime? Middle of the day song, that one. Everyone thinks it's the greatest nighttime song in the world. People be putting their babies down to sleep with the doom, 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 not knowing it's actually keeping people awake because it has harnessed the energy of a nice full lunch and the power of the sun. So unless you're having a siesta, isn't that when you sleep in the day? Is that a siesta? Unless you're having a siesta, then it ain't gonna help ya, right? Unless you have a siesta. We're having a siesta. I can help ya. I'm gonna play the Moonlight Sonata. It hits harder when we're gonna party. In the backyard, get it started. Yeah. We're rapping about Moonlight Sonatas over here. We're rapping about bitches in my hair. I don't got no hair anywhere. I come straight through with the cheese. I come straight through with the cream. You fucking with the man. I'm so mean. I just got out the shower, I'm clean. Yeah, I'm coming through with a big chicken. I don't give a fuck about the stipend. You know, you can't pay me, you can't buy me off. Young Milo, fuck what it costs. Yeah, alright. Sorry guys, that was just a quick freestyle. Just a little freestyle just to prove that I'm the hardest rapper in Australia. Got a lot of hard rappers in Australia like Cursor and 360 and Micho da Menace, and who's that dude who raps fast? He's a grime rapper and goes, Arr! Oh man, he's got the worst name, bro. It's the worst rapper name. And he's like super duper buff. He's on like all kinds of roids, but he says that he's natty. And God, what's his fucking name, man? It's got the worst name. Who cares about that guy? Moving on. I think we're gonna move into a musical item right now. As a matter of fact, one of my very regular listeners called up prior to the show. They said to me, "Did you see that email that I sent through when you were off the air?" And I said, "Yeah, man. You want me to play that song?" He said, "Yeah, play that song live on air." I was like, "Okay." So we're gonna play that song live on air right about now.
Hey man, listen up. I got a whole new purpose. These days I don't feel so worthless. Whole new mindset that's working. Cool as a cucumber, not nervous. Negative thought turn positive. Still got problems, but I'm on top of it. One way train, no stopping it. Head so clear, I don't need lozenges, nah. I got a whole new plan. I feel like I might be a whole new man. Not race cars and movies, but I still feel like I'm a whole new man. I'm on a whole new vibe, a whole new wave, the way I behave. Back then I'd stay in my room all day and pray that things would change. I got a whole new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. I got a whole new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. Whole new purpose, I need adventure, I don't need excursion. Whole new purpose, whole new purpose. I got a whole new purpose. purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. All new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. All new purpose, I come first, that's what I deserve it. All new purpose, all new purpose. I got an all new purpose, in the end things will come full circle. Flying high, I don't mean the circus. I feel like Prince but I'm white not purple. My life it just got a whole new style. I think that this will stick around a while. I think that this is just who I am now. Whatever happens I know I won't back down. I found an all new meaning, brain was washed out and needing cleaning. Stand alone on my own to feeding, not too far left or far right leaning. I got an all new way, there's a brand new days and an all new phase. I'm on the moon man, forget the earth, it's an all new purpose. I got an all new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. I got an all new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. I got an all new purpose, high performance right before the service. All new purpose, all new purpose. I got an all new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. All new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. All new purpose, I come first, that's what I deserve it. All new purpose, all new purpose. I feel brand new, no sleep until my dreams come true. Not gonna do that speaking rude, nah, truth to power, that's all I do. I know that I'm free now, I know exactly who I want to be now. Not a holy person or the devil's servant, somewhere in between is where I found my purpose. I'm not afraid to go into conflict, but more importantly I should avoid it. Call my doctor for a new appointment, you know what he said? You don't need the drugs, you don't need the ointment. The battle's fought and your health is sorted. You can change your life before you close the curtain. It's a strange new world, but you can find your purpose. I got an all new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. All new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. All new purpose, high performance right before the service. All new purpose, all new purpose. I got an all new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. I got an all new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. All new purpose, I need adventure, I don't need excursion. All new purpose, all new purpose. I got an all new purpose, these days don't seem so uncertain. I got an all new purpose, more to come, we just scratch the surface. I got an all new purpose, high performance right before the service. All new purpose, all new purpose.
Welcome to the Milo Experience.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, welcome back to episode number 8 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. And I think it's time for everybody's favorite regular segment, the coveted Brodie Report.
The Brodie Report.
Yes. Recently, Brodie walked outside of his house one morning and he wanted to go to work. So he went to hop on his bike, but he hovered for a little bit in thin air before his butt hit the ground, smashed his coccyx bone. What had happened? The bike was gone! Oh my God. How did Brodie react? Well, he went surprisingly calm. He walked up out of his yard, and he went into his room, and he checked his security camera footage, and he noticed he saw a bunch of unsavory individuals that were hanging out down by the back of his house, last night. So Brodie, took a couple of screenshots. He went down to the police station. Couldn't help him. They said, look, this footage is too grainy. And honestly, I think you're big enough to sort these boys out for yourself, Brodie. That did not go down well. Brodie stormed out of the police station, loaded up on a flamethrower, and he went to fucking town. Torching business after business, home after home, resident after resident. No one was safe. He hit the schools. Total napalm. Just nothing but fire, ember, and brimstone. The sulfur could be smelled from Silverton, man. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but smoke in the sky. Looked like the crazy dust storm of 2005, man. No one could see anything. All you could smell was the acrid smoke of burning babies and scorched bone. Did he get his bike back? The answer is yes. But he was late for work. Oh, who could have fucking knew that? Late for work again, Brodie. Can't show up on time, Brodie. And so what happened? The boss said, mate, if you're coming in this fucking late, you might as well turn your ass around and go back home, because we don't need you anymore. By the time you fucking got in, got ready, sat around and fucked around on your phone for the next fucking few hours, then, your shift's going to be up. So just piss off. And that's what he did. But it wasn't a total loss. It wasn't a total loss, man. Was not a total loss. Brodie got his bike back. He went back home, played video games for the rest of the day, and all was good. That was until suddenly at the back door come a knock. What could it be? Brodie looked up to his security camera vision, his CCTV, and there was one of the guys that stole his bike. But how? How did he survive? How did he survive the napalm of Broken Hill 2024? So Brodie went running outside, packing his flamethrower, kicked open his back door, and there was nothing there. He looked around the door, looked around his yard. Nothing. But suddenly he heard the whisper and he felt the shiver of a ghost. Brodie, Brodie, you will crash your bike for killing me, the ghost said. He couldn't see the ghost. He just shut the door, turned around, went back inside, laid down and went to sleep. And that's what Brodie did with his weekend. It's a very special time. It was a very supernatural thing. Some say it was visited by the Holy Spirit. Some say it was visited by a satanic entity. Some people say that he shouldn't have murdered everybody in town with a flamethrower. I mean, really? You're the only person that can make that judgment. Draw your own conclusions. Make up your own fucking mind. All right? Now, I think we're going to move to our eye from the sky, on the ground, in the sky, the eye in the sky looking at the ground, the Milo Podcast weather helicopter. Now, tell me what you got up there.
Yeah. Thanks for cutting over to me in the helicopter where I'm doing the weather today. I'm doing the weather from the helicopter. And so I see a lot of rain and the helicopter's spinning around in circles, so I see a lot of lightning. And I think we're making we might be trapped in a tornado or something, or trapped in a cyclone because I keep spinning. And so, yeah, lots of rain. And that's what I can tell you about today. And tomorrow, it's going to be 25. It's going to be light breeze, southeasterly winds. Small chance of hail. There may be at least 6 feet of snow. And then on Wednesday, it's going to be bright and sunny, 35. There's going to be no birds, and all of the kangaroos are going to bounce out of their holes, and they're going to pick all the cherries off of the tree and feed it to their wives. Then on Thursday, it's going to be a cool 12, chilly. It's going to be very windy, 100 mile per hour wind, and there's a slight chance of a thunderstorm, and there may be landslides, mudslides, and an earthquake. And then on Friday, we're going to have a bright sunny day. It's going to be 1 degree, and you're going to have to rug up because there's going to be at least 50 pounds of water per square inch. 50 pounds of water per square inch. And then on Saturday, there's going to be a solar eclipse followed by a lunar eclipse, and so it's going to be 26. There'll be no wind, so make sure you bring your oxygen tank. You can't breathe. And then on Sunday, it's going to be 152 degrees. And it's going to be really windy, and there's not going to be any rain or sunlight. It's going to be dark, so bring your flashlight. And while I'm here in the helicopter, I might as well get to the traffic. Okay, so I can see 5,000 cars. I see 20 trucks, and they're all driving. And I see on the bridge there's a smashed ice cream van. It's been rolled over and all the ice cream falling out, and everyone's trying to get the ice cream. And over on main highway there's about 5,000 tanks and 50 personnel carriers. And then over nearby the race course there's like 150 bikes, and they're riding around, just driving around. And then at the airport, there's a lot of congestion. Avoid the airport at all costs. There's a lot of cars, there's a lot of bikes, and they can't seem to be moving because there's too many of them. They're sort of stuck there. And then over in the inner city, suburbs, then you can see that there's no traffic because they've all been kept out by the pack of elephants that are parading right now. It's Mardi Gras. And then if you look over towards the east, there's no cars because people can't afford them. And in the west, I think you'll find that most people are using bicycles, so there's not a lot of pollution today. It's really, really clean sky, clear air, and if you look towards the south, it's nothing but redneck mutants all trying to kill each other for their sisters. Over.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Now, I think I would just like to thank our sponsors. This episode was brought to you by cheese, chicken, cream, squirrel, monkey, banana, dishwasher, yellow giraffe, elephant, and the ape, chimpanzee, cat, dog, mouse, chicken, duck. Type in the code cow, lamb, sheep, kangaroo, monkey at the checkout. And if you go to the website www.asparagus, monkey, banana, toothpicks, then you can find a discount code for 50% off your next purchase of cheesy asparagus, turkey, dog, cat, mouse, cheese, cream, ants, and chicken burger sausage sandwich, spaghetti, linguine, clams with mussels on top, prawns and lobster, crab, fish, shark, whale, turtle. You can get all that for free. Okay, thank you everybody for joining me for episode 8 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. I really hope you enjoyed that one. And I will see you in the next episode of the Milo Podcast. Thank you.